A very good morning to all. Today we are going to start with a new chapter, chapter number 9, and the name of the chapter is Animals Around Us. So in page number 51, in the first page, you can see there is a question given. Let's get started. Name some animals that you often see around you. So you can see different animals around us. So you can name some animals that you see around and you can write it down in the space given. So coming to the chapter, as mentioned earlier, the chapter is about animals around us. We can see different animals around us and different kinds of animals live on earth. There are animals that live on land. There are animals that live in water, and even there are animals that live on land as well as in water. So let's discuss about them one by one. The first one, that is about land animals. So what are land animals? Animals that live on land. They are called as land animals. Lion, tiger, elephant, giraffe, all these are land animals. Some live in deserts, some live in mountains, some live in forest, etc. So all these are land animals. So do you know which is the biggest land animal? The biggest land animal is the African elephant. And do you know which is the tallest land animal? The tallest land animal is the giraffe. So animals that live on land, we call them as land animals. Coming to the next one, that is about water animals. So what are water animals? Animals that live only in water, that we call them as water animals. Where can you see a fish? You can see a fish in water. Have you ever seen a fish living on land? No, fish live only in water. So it is a water animal. So animals that live in water, we call them as aquatic animals. Fish, starfish, shark, whale, all these are examples for water animals. They live only in water. Coming to the next one, that is about land and water animals. Animals that live on land as well as in water. We call them as amphibians. So we call these animals as amphibians. What about a frog? You can see a frog on land as well as in water. So it lives on land as well as in water. So these animals are called as amphibians. Crocodile, hippopotamus, all these are also examples for animals that live on land as well as in water. Coming to the next one is about wild animals. So what are these wild animals? Animals that live in jungles. You know what is a jungle? Have you seen a jungle? So jungle is a land which is covered with plants, trees, animals, etc. So animals that live in jungles, we call them as wild animals. So do you know why do we call these animals as wild? Because these animals are very dangerous. These animals are very dangerous and we cannot tame them. And these animals live on their own. They live without depending on human beings. So such animals, we call them as wild animals. Lion, tiger, all these are examples for wild animals. Coming to the next one, that is about domestic animals. So what are domestic animals? So there are some animals that we keep in our home. Even there are animals that live in farm. So such animals, we call them as domestic animals. So animals that we keep in our home and animals that live in farm, we call them as domestic animals. So these animals can be easily tamed and these animals depend on human beings for their food and shelter. So such animals, we call them as domestic animals. And domestic animals can be farm animals and pet animals. So let's see what are farm animals and pet animals. So, what are farm animals? Animals that live in farm. We call them as farm animals. So, there are many examples for animals that live in farm. Cow, goat, sheep, hen, horse, all these are examples for farm animals. And these farm animals are useful in different ways. What about a cow? Cow gives us milk. Then what about a sheep? It gives us wool, and we use wool to make woolen cloth. What about hen? It gives us egg. So these farm animals are useful in different ways. Coming to the next one is the pet animals. So most of you have pets in your home, right? Dog, cat, rabbit, all these are pets. And we keep them in our home, we take care of them, we feed them, etc. So all these are pet animals. So these are the different kinds of animals around us. So there are animals that live on land, in water, and even there are animals that live on land as well as in water. Then we learnt about wild and domestic animals. Domestic animals can be farm animals and pet animals. In page number 53, it is given about birds and insects. So birds are animals. Even birds are animals that can fly. They fly with the help of their wings. They have feathers. Parrot, pigeon, sparrow, all these are examples for birds. Even insects. Insects are small animals. They are the smallest group of animals on earth. So I hope you understood this topic. We'll meet in the next class and discuss a new topic. Till then, thank you.